In this video, I'm gonna share with you 7 proven pickleball tips that you need to be doing in order for you to become a 5.0 level player. I personally have a 6.0 duper rating, but I've put in hundreds of hours to reach this level. I know exactly what you need to do in order to become a 5.0. Let's get right into it. By the end of this video, you'll be a brand new player. Tip number 1 is after you hit your third shot drop and you're looking to approach the kitchen line, you need to be moving up after you hit that shot like this, low like a crab, in anticipation of that ball coming back to you. The main thing I see all players under 5.0 is they hit the drop, they go straight up, the ball comes, and then they get down. That is too fast. You need to already be low. Here's what that should look like. So I hit my drop, look how I approach. Low, 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 perfect, low, perfect. I get into the kitchen, no problem. Now this is what I see everybody do. Check this out. Go, Zach. Da, 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 da. See that? I'm up, and then I get down. You're never going to be consistent. Stay low the whole time. Tip number 2 is how we handle fourth balls, or I like to call it our fourth ball mental checklist. First things first, what is a fourth ball? It's when your opponent is hitting a third shot drop. How do you handle that ball? Do you hit it out of the air? Do you let it bounce? That's what we're gonna go over. The first thing that should be going through our head when that ball is approaching us is, can I get it out of the air? Can I get it out of the air? If we can attack the ball out of the air, that is the number 1 best thing to do because it takes time away from our opponent and we can hit the ball harder. The second part of this checklist is if you can't get the ball out of the air, but it actually bounces in the kitchen, what you wanna do is actually step back and take a tennis-like shot to keep them back. The death of this shot is he hits a drop, I stay on the line, and I just bunt it back. I'm giving him a free ride to the kitchen if I do that. I always want to apply pressure if I have real estate. I'm at the line, he's not. Apply pressure. Here's a live example of him trying to make his way in. I'm gonna talk you through what I would be saying to myself mentally if I was in a real match, okay? Here we go. Try to get in, Zach. Can I get it out of the air? Nope. Can I get it out of the air? Yup. Can I get it? Yup. Yeah! Jumping out of the video for 1 second, Zach has something to tell you.
Guys, make sure you subscribe. I started as a 3.0 level player, and now I'm better than Tanner just from listening to his own tips.
Seriously, we're closing in on 100K. Let's do it. Thank you so much. I put my blood, sweat, and tears, so do these guys, into making these videos come to life. Tip number 3 is you have to be able to generate offense from the kitchen line. If we don't attack any balls, our opponent isn't gonna feel any pressure. So we're gonna follow a very specific rule set to make sure that we're always attacking and winning more than we're losing. When we go to attack balls off of the bounce, like this, we only want to attack these balls when they're wide on the court, meaning bouncing around here or wider. We want to avoid attacking balls off of the bounce if they're in the middle of our box or even the middle of the court. The reason is, when the ball is bouncing wide on the court, it gives my opponent more angles to cover. I can speed up down the line, I can speed up through the middle, or I could even dink cross court. If I go to speed up a ball from here, the middle of my box, I no longer have that option. Look what happens. The ball goes out. I only have the middle or through the actual middle of the court. Oh, I got him anyway. It goes from me having a wide ball to him having to cover 3 different options as opposed to on the middle ball. Now he only has to cover 2 options. So I'm lowering my chances by 33% right there. Here's a live example so you can see what I mean. I didn't tell him where I'm speeding it up. Zach, did I tell you where I'm speeding it up?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, let's see it in action. Here we go. Okay, here we go. That was good by me. Woo! Zach, now let's try some where you hit me dinks to the middle, just so we can see the difference. Yep, okay. All right, here we go. I gotta get him. Yeah, see? Look how much easier it is for him to read my shots, because he only has to cover here. Tip number 4 is something super subtle, but goes such a long way in your consistency, and that's when we're in the middle of the court hitting resets, we want to angle them more cross court as opposed to the player in front of us. I see most amateur players reset straight ahead, and they're just making their life harder. Good, right there. The net is 2 inches lower here. It's way easier to be consistent. Good. Now, if I go straight ahead, watch what happens. Zach is able to go for the Ernie, and he's able to just lean in and use his reach with the net being 2 inches higher. Here we go. So I'll start with you, Zach, and then I'll go to him. Hit it to me. Good, look at that. Look, he can use his reach. Look at that, use his reach. It's next to impossible for me to get this ball down. Yep. Tip number 5 is by far the most important on this entire list, and that's having a good counterattack. And the reason is, if you have a bad counterattack, but you're elite at everything else, it doesn't matter because your opponents will be able to drive the ball through you and speed up everything because you can't defend yourself. The form is very simple. I'm going to explain it. But the first principle that we need to understand is it's not about how hard we hit it. It's about prioritizing hitting the ball down toward our opponent's knees. The reason is, if we hit down on them, they're forced to hit up on the next ball, meaning it's an easy next shot. First things first, I want to keep my body completely still, like I'm a statue. The main mistake I see is people stepping around like happy feet. You're going to react slowly. To be fast, you be completely still and only use your arm. Secondly, when we actually make contact to the ball, this is very important. We want to hinge at our elbow like this and explode with our wrist. Notice when I'm hitting, I'm reloading, ready for the next ball. The mistake I see is this. They hit, and then their paddle's here because they think they've won the point, and then they get hit with the next ball. Use my elbow for power and my wrist to get the ball down. That's the key. Here's what a perfect counterattack would look like. You won't see anything better than this. Here it is. Okay, why was that good? Look at the trajectory of the ball. Straight down. Secondly, I was completely still, snapped, and reloaded, ready for that next shot. Tip number 6 is one of the main differentiators from 4.0 level play and 5.0 level play is the ability to control the kitchen line. Here's what 4.0 dinking would look like. Here we go. I'm way off the line. I'm way off the line, and I'm letting a lot of these balls bounce. Look, I keep backing up. Now here's what 5.0 level dinking looks like. He hits aggressive dinks. I cut him off by getting him out of the air. I'm not letting them bounce and then backing up. Secondly, if the opponent does hit an aggressive dink that bounces on my side, watch how I handle it. This is something very minute that all 5.0s and even pros do that you probably haven't even noticed. Good. So you saw that one. He hit an aggressive dink. I use my inside foot to cut it off, and I go middle to reset. Why? He's at a big advantage hitting that dink. I can't go from being down here to try to win the point. I need to get back to neutral. So I go middle to neutralize out the point. This is what I don't want to see. This is very common. Zach hit a ball out there. This is always what happens. Here we go, look. They try to run it down like that, and then they try to go back cross court. No, aggressive ball, you cross step, you go middle. Tip number 7 is an easy way, yet super effective way to add deception to your game. And that's called holding your dink. So this is what I'm talking about. If I'm just dinking with Zach here, like this is my normal dink. There's nothing too fancy to it. Holding a dink would look like this. When he hits a ball to me, I hold behind it for a second. I hold behind it for a second, hold behind it for a second. And what this is gonna do, when I hold is it's gonna make my opponent freeze because he doesn't know if I'm gonna speed it up, if I'm gonna dink it to a different spot, or just dink it back. So it'll put him on his heels. To show you how effective this is, we got Zach Marceau with the microphone. He's gonna hit me some dinks. I'm gonna hold some, I'm not gonna tell him when, and then I'm just gonna freaking crank one at him. Zach, how do you feel about this?
I feel like I'm at a distinct disadvantage right now.
All right, this is how effective it is. Zach, you just have to hit me dead dinks, okay? Here we go. So guys, watch. Zach won't be able to know when it's coming. Here you go. Oh, see, you thought? Ah! I wanted to bring, one more. You won't know when it's coming? You see though, he has no idea. Zach, did you have an idea?
No.
You were just guessing.
If he dinked that one, I think he would have hit a dink winner. I had no idea.
Here's my personal favorite time to use this shot. It's when the opponents are hitting drops. Good. So I do a big wind up to make it, oh, they're fighting. I do a big wind up to make it look like I'm going to just rip it at one of them. So then they try to protect themselves, but then I soften up and go right through the middle. Here it is. Good. So they think it's coming hard, soft through the middle. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Make sure to comment down below which tip has helped your game the most. Here's some comments from the previous video. You could be next. YouTube thinks you should watch this video next, and so do I. Keep getting better at pickleball.